Hey guys.
This is my face today. I feel like I look really tired today. I put on some makeup. It's so weird because I have freckles. And sometimes I'm like, I love my freckles. I just want to show off my freckles. They're so awesome. And other days I'm like, oh, get those bitches out of here. And I just feel like I look tired. And my mirror is really dirty. And I just seem to forget every freaking day to wash it. Look at this. Yeah. That's makeup. It's been there for a couple weeks. It's so weird because I'm usually very like clean and neat person. I love having my surroundings very neat and clean. Stuff like that. I forget. Whatever. So I'm gonna stay home today and I thought I was gonna show you guys something. Oh. Hey. Yeah, so I'm responsible for the dog today. I just wanted something to drink and I found this Fanta wild berry, no sugars. I have no idea, right? It's any good, but I thought like, why not? I actually love tasting like new stuff like that. I thought today I was actually gonna show you guys. Yeah. I was gonna talk to you guys a little bit about my weird interests. I'm a little weird, I think. I have some bizarre fascinations, let's just say. I do have some bizarre fascinations and stuff that I like, that I find really fascinating, that maybe most other people would be like, ugh, what the heck is wrong with her? But yeah, that's just how I am. I thought today, why not just show you guys some stuff that I really think is so fascinating.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, she is such an attention freak. Anyways, I have always been quite a morbid, bizarre person in that way of my interests. I was always fascinated by scary stuff, horror movies and all that stuff when I was little. I thought ghosts and all that stuff was really, really exciting. I love that. And I also have like a weird fascination with insides. I know that sounds very weird. I just love true crime and psychology and stuff like that. Anyways, I have collected some stuff that I have here in my home. I think it's really cool to have stuff that you can display at home, like taxidermied stuff, skulls and whatnot. But it's very important to me that it's ethically sourced, that it's not killed to be sold. So I'm very particular about that, about where I buy things from. So for instance, I have these huge skulls on my living room wall. I have one that's a cow skull and one buffalo skull. I bought them from, I think it was from Bali, Indonesia, and they're huge and they're real, they're genuine skulls. And what is so fabulous about these is that they're hand carved. So they got all these little intricate details and patterns in them that someone actually hand carved to make them into art pieces that can be sold. The person that I bought both these skulls from, they owned both the buffalo and the cow, like livestock. They raise these animals, and when they need food, they slaughter them and they eat them, and they use as much as they can of the carcass, including taking the skull and really rinsing it, cleaning it, and making it into a piece of art that they can sell on the market and stuff like that. And I think that's such a beautiful way to honor the animal and just make it into a piece of art that I, again, can like appreciate and have on my wall. And I think that's really great. And it's not like these animals were killed because somebody really wanted to hunt or feel like a big tough guy with a gun. Like, no, these animals were livestock. So I can totally respect that. I think that is a really awesome thing to do, to honor the animal and show the respect for that animal. To not just throw away the bones, but to actually take something as the skull and just make it into a really beautiful piece of art. I also have some insects and birds. Well, I have one bird that's actually, what is that called in English? It's some kind of woodpecker. The artist who made this actually found this dead bird, and it's kind of mind-blowing how much work is done to get this result. He actually had to quit doing it because even though this particular piece is very expensive, it's not expensive enough for actually to make it worth it, because he spends so many hours doing this, literally taking this little bird apart and rinsing all the bones and putting them together in the right order and putting it inside this display case. I mean, it's such beautiful work. I love seeing the anatomical bones like of a bird like that. I think it's really, really awesome. I think that's one of the best gifts I've ever received. I just love it. I also have on display an ethically sourced skull moth. No, wait, what's it called? I have to translate from my own language. In English, actually, it's called Death's Head Hawk Moth. It's one of the most beautiful things I've seen from nature. It's like art that's a living thing. And it's really huge and it's really beautiful and detailed. I also have this really beautiful Atlas beetle. It is so gorgeous, like a green shiny shell, and it's also really huge. If it's not the largest beetle in the world, it's like one of the largest beetles in the world. It's really big and it's incredibly gorgeous, and it makes such a great piece to have on my wall. Also ethically sourced. And I also have a white morpho butterfly, I think it's called, in a display case, and she's also just a really, really beautiful specimen. Ethically sourced, of course. All the insects I have, I've bought in just different kinds of sites on the internet, and I do just a lot of research to figure out where they're from, what country, and in what way they're sourced. And I love just pieces like that, and I just want to fill up my whole wall with them. I just love it. And now, I need to show you guys the coolest thing I have. Let me go get the box. So yeah, this is the box. Yeah, that's basically what's in it. And before I show you what's in this box, I am just gonna tell you what this is and where it comes from, and also warn you guys that some of you might find this a little bit disturbing. My mother-in-law actually gave us this box. It was owned by her father, who was a doctor back in the day. I don't know exactly when. Must have been like in the 30s or 40s or something. It's many years ago. They didn't have the plastic skeletons that we use today. They actually used like real human skeletons and remains. So that's why we have this. All of the pieces I'm about to show you are really like old vintage stuff. So this person or people died a long time ago, and I don't know exactly how they got the bodies or remains back then. The doctors, I mean, I'm not sure if they were donated. Also, I've heard that they used the remains of criminals after they were executed. They actually used the remains for anatomy classes and educational purposes. For doctors. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but that's one of the theories I've heard. So this is actually part of a skull. As you can see, this is part of the eye holes, the eye socket holes right here, and this is where the nose would be. A real piece of a human skull. I have so much respect for these remains. Even the way I'm touching these is like very carefully. This is, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's a shoulder blade. It's a name engraved here. It's the last name of my mother-in-law, so I guess it's her father's too, last name. It's just written on here. This is the tailbone, so you can see like this is the bottom part of a spine. So this would be like your butt would be here and your spine would be up here. I don't even remember all the stuff in here. Oh, right. This is actually the hip, half of the hip bone. So this is the pelvis right here, and this is the hip bone. And so your spine would be up here in the middle. This is really, and you can feel that it's old, not only by the color, but you can see that it's kind of crackled. So this is like the socket of the hip bone. So this is where the femur would be located from here. It's so fascinating. I just love these. Is there anything else in here? Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, what do you think this is? It's actually part of a spine. And of course, this rubber band is just to keep them together because they are all separate pieces of the spine. I'm sorry, yeah, it looks a bit messy just because it's really hard to keep them in place. There's nothing really. But as you can see, this is kind of the spine here. So these are actually bones from the spine. Aren't they just really beautiful though? I just find them so fascinating to me to look at these, all these intricate little pieces and know that this is what is inside of us. I had another piece that I totally forgot about because we have the two coolest pieces displayed in our living room, and one of them is this. This is actually a foot. All of these are also like individual pieces that would be loose, so they're held together by a wire. And this is the heel right here, and this is what it looks like. How cool is that? That is so cool. And now for the grand finale. I'm guessing you already know what's coming up. But yeah, we actually do have, this is a actual human skull. I can't even tell you like how careful I'm being with this. The first time I saw this, the first time I got to hold it, I was like, can I touch this? Mind blown. This has been someone's head. This has been inside someone's head. It is so fascinating and weird to me to actually sit with this in my hand and know that this many years ago was a living human being. I have no idea who he was or she was, how old, or we don't know anything about him or her. We don't even know how this person died. Obviously, he or she has this hole right here in their skull. These holes actually. One theory might be that they were shot, maybe died in some kind of accident, or that they were executed. Don't know. This is probably the better side. On this side, the cheekbone is broken, and on this side it is not. And you can see the jaw is actually loose. Let me remove this. I'm being so careful right now. So here you can see what it looks like on the underside. This is inside here, obviously, is where the brain would be, and this is where the spine starts. I mean, look at that. It is so beautiful. It is like real human remains, and I feel like that's kind of rare to actually be able to own and to have and touch and hold real human remains like this. And oh yeah, let's take a look at the jaw too. The jaw is really cool. He lost some teeth. This is actually a piece of someone. Like, this was actually a living person who had a family and parents, and I don't know, maybe he or she had children. I have no idea. I wish I knew who this was. I wish there were some way we could figure it out. As my mother-in-law and her family is from Britain, so most likely he was an Englishman. My mother-in-law had him, and she was nice enough to give it to us. And we're currently displaying him in our living room. I think it's such a shame to just keep him in a box where no one can see him. I just really want to honor this, you know. This is, I don't know who you were, but you were a person. And no, I do not believe in ghosts. So what do you think, guys? You think this is creepy or weird? You think I'm creepy? You think it's scary or disgusting or fascinating? I think it's really, really beautiful. I do. I am so glad I had this opportunity to actually have this in my house. I hope you found this interesting. I am such a geek when it comes to this stuff. I could like totally be like an autopsy technician or something like that. I just find it extremely fascinating. And I have a really strong stomach for this kind of stuff. And if you find this kind of stuff fascinating, and if you have a strong stomach like I do, I would really recommend you to check out this Instagram account of this American woman. She's called Nicole and Jemmy. She is really awesome. She has this educational Instagram account. Just be warned, it's very graphic. It is what it is. Like, she shows everything openly. If you're curious about autopsies, or if you're curious about like different kinds of weird diagnoses, I would totally check her out. I love her account on Instagram. Extremely fascinating. And I know I'm weird. Am I weird? Yeah, I know I'm weird. I'm probably weird. I'm total geek. I hope you enjoyed this little video of just me popping in again, saying hi. If you like this video, I hope you will give it a thumbs up. Please comment below if you have any questions or comments for me. I will try my best to answer all you guys. I hope you will subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, and I would love for you to help me get there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I love you guys so much. You're so great. I will see you in my next video, I guess. Bye.